In this Clash of Clans video, you will witness a crazy attack strategy using the Golems in combination with the Dragons. We will get to that at the end of the video, but first, let's take a step back and actually teach you how to use the Dragons. We are going to provide you many tips and tricks using the Drag Bat attack strategy, starting off here with an attack by myself. So without further ado, let's get into it. Alrighty guys, let's dive straight into this first attack and teach you exactly how I got the 3 stars on this base using the Dragons. I am going to use my heroes to funnel initially, so if we pause just for a second, you can see the Queen at the very north of the base. I deployed her here because there's not as much DPS. She can create the funnel, move down over, where I am then going to reinforce with the Slammer. However, over on this area with the King, there is a lot more in terms of damage. There's a lot more buildings for the King to get through, but with a couple of wizards and his ability, I should be able to take that area down a little bit easier. Now, why did I use Dragons against this base? Well, you can see that one sweeper points to the west and another to the south, so I'm able to bring my Dragons in from the top of the base and avoid the sweepers quite easily. So again, check it out, we have a funnel created at the top with the Queen, one to the side with the King, allowing my Dragons to come through. The Slammer comes in from the side in order to maintain the funnel for the Dragons coming through the base. Now, the most popular method with the Dragons is the Bat spell. So once the Queen is locked on, the CC is taken care of, and this Wizard Tower is also occupied, I can then deploy my Bats down by the previous, or the final 2 splash damages should we say, with a freeze and a rage spell in order to just take out them defenses in front of the Dragons. And I did take 2 giants for this final Wizard Tower just because I was unsure as to whether the Dragons would be there in time in order to tank for the Bats. But there it is, it goes down and the Bats move across to that final Archer Tower, a pure annihilation of the base, and that is purely because I selected the right base for the Dragons. And as we move through this video, I will provide you the tips and tricks in order to try and help you with that. And obviously towards that final attack, you will see the ingenuity you can get to and really choosing the right troops against the right base using the Golems and the Dragons. We'll get to it at the end. It was fantastic. Now, if you guys are new to my channel, be sure to subscribe for all of my Clash of Clans videos, and be sure to turn on the notification bell, because that's the only way you can stay up to date when all of my videos go live. Now, into the second one, you will see a few similarities. We will try and focus more on the Dragons here, quickly describe the Bat spell, but I want to focus more on the Dragons for you. And check it out again, the funnel is getting set, the King on this side and the Queen on the other, for the Dragons to maintain their fire through the base. If you can keep them on the inside of the base here, not moving out to the side, then it is definitely going to help you out. Now, by the way guys, all of these attacks are by North Awakens in their friendly war against the Raided. I want to thank North Awakens for having me for this one. If you are interested in joining them, you can join my Discord server. It's linked in the description, and from there we will direct you. But again, look at the Dragons on the inside of the base now. They're able to avoid, for the most part, the sweepers on this one, but they were a little bit more troublesome than in my raid. And if you don't have to worry about splash for the Dragons, you can deploy them, the Bat spells, you can deploy them from the outside of the base so that they can then sweep through, and it gives them time in order to group together, have a huge amount of damage instead of having them picked off very quickly. But again, try and merge them in front of the Dragons in order to help you. The main things with the Bats are that they are not getting hit by splash damage, so you either need to deploy them right on top, freeze that splash and get it out the way of, or you need to deploy them in an area where there is no splash. But for the next 2 attacks, let's focus primarily on the Dragon deployment, and then we will move on to that fantastic Golem and Dragon attack. I always like seeing things which aren't your standard meta. They've used the ingenuity of different troops in order to get the 3 stars, so that's why I like highlighting them on the videos. Now if you are a Town Hall 10 player and you're looking for more Town Hall 10 attacks, you can head on over to my homepage. I have a playlist on the YouTube channel homepage for Town Hall 10 attacks, and obviously leave a like on this one if you are enjoying it. So again, let's focus on the dragons and their deployment. Like I said, if I zoom right out here and we draw the edge of the base and the defenses on the inside, you can see how the queen is now taking out this area, the king is taking out this area, so the dragons can keep in the base itself. It seems pretty straightforward, right guys? But you do not want them coming on the outside of the base if you can help it. So just use your other troops to help to create that funnel, but also take any main defenses out if you can. So the queen was actually able to shoot over and get an air defense here. Air defense, single target infernos, that is the main threat for your dragons. On this one we are able to again somewhat avoid the sweeper, and you can see the 3 air defense on the back end of the base here. Normally you would try and get the major defenses down first. You don't want to be coming to them last. However, that is clearly where the bats are going to come in order to swoop around. Now Super Duper gets a little bit unfortunate here in terms of that sweeper pushing her way from that single target inferno. It's just not quite working here for him, but it is going to go down thanks to the bats, and the dragons then move off to the other side. But again, if you can pinpoint these single target infernos or the air defense with the dragons in order to get them down, then that is going to be helpful. However, if you are using the bats, clearly that is going to be more beneficial to take out with the air defense and focus the dragons onto the splash. If you are struggling to get the bats to work, maybe you see a prime area to use the bat spells, but you can't think of how to use the dragons because of the sweepers, maybe the position of the air defense, you might want to consider the P.E.K.K.A. Bowbat method, using that bat spell in an area and using P.E.K.K.A.s and bowlers to come through. Now just before we move on to that Town Hall 10 attack, I wanted to show you this one at Town Hall 11 because sometimes people do watch Town Hall 10 videos when they're not at Town Hall 10. They like to see some of the other tips, and this one brings in a couple of other fundamental skills. One of them being the E-drag opportunity to funnel. So watch this guys, watch the value of this E-drag as it chains through this area. Takes out so much in order to create that funnel. We've used the king and queen at the top to create the funnel in order to send the dragons in. So just check it out as we basically draw the line here. Look at that narrow path. We've basically halved the width of the base in order for the dragons to come through, and that also means that the balloons are there. We've also got a electro dragon on the back end of the base here doing exactly the same to maintain the funnel through the base. It's not just that initial funnel. What you don't want is to deploy your dragons tightly and let them then fan out. You want to try and maintain that funnel if you can. So in they come to the center of the base. The eagle, the queen, the CC, they are all going down, but again we have the bat spells in order to come in and wipe right the way around the base in front of the dragons to then protect them. Beautiful stuff. And we do then have that final freeze for the multi-inferno. The bats take that area down more than sufficiently, and even though they start to go down quickly, we've got more than enough dragons left over in order to take it out. So that will hopefully have given you a number of key fundamentals for the dragons. We'll quickly summarize before we get onto that attack, but basically get the funnel set up. If you are coming into single target infernos, air defense, have a plan. You either need to get them on there very quickly, or you need a freeze spell, or you need balloons in order to distract. And if you have sweepers, try your best to work around them if at all possible, and you see a base that you can come in behind the sweeper, clearly that is the main thing. But if you can take out them major defenses, in all of these examples so far, you have seen the drag bat, so the bat spells doing that. If you can take it out using something else, you might still get the dragons to work. So let's pause for a second and show you this crazy Town Hall 10 attack. 6 dragons. So again, how are we going to use them? We have a sweeper pointing up this way and one up this way. Look to the south of the base. All of the air defense are here. We'd be taking out this multi and we have a multi at the top. So actually, when you think about it, guys, the main damage for the dragons is basically up until this area. Look, once the queen is down and them air defense, it's really not that bad. I mean, archer towers really don't do that much against the dragons when you have 6 of them. They can't get them down quick enough. So we might be able to come in and take down this area. So how exactly is it going to get done? This is where the golems come in order to help out. So in come the golems initially. They're going to help us to create that funnel and essentially send a kill squad into this area. But it's not just a traditional kill squad. No, that is not what's happening here. T-Crow able to do a very stylish attack in my opinion. So the golems create the funnel with the wizards in order to tank for them. Then comes the slammer, which is going to open up the wall compartment, but again, not just that. You can see that we have 2 clone spells down at the bottom, so we're able to clone the loons as they come forward, spread out to get them air defense. The E-Drag is there as well with that rage spell, and boom, that is going to help to get that CC down. There is the enemy queen. The E-Drag struggling to get over there, just about gets to that area, and oh, it doesn't take very long, guys. It literally does not take long to get that queen down. Getting unfortunate, not quite taking it out, but our queen continues to come through in order to try and take her down. There she goes. In a second, down she goes. So again, look at it. We've actually managed to take out a sweeper there as a bonus. So we could actually come in from this direction and completely miss the sweeper, but look at what's left. Nothing. Archer towers, 6 dragons, loons. This base is crushed. Right now, it's done. So we bring the dragons in. We actually come into that sweeper. So again, we could have came from the other side in order to avoid it, but able to come in first, take this area out. Any buildings on the outside, again, they are just getting sniped off. Now again, it is to help with time in essence, and it's not because it's the town hall. It's because it helps to then drive the dragons onto the defenses. Again, this is what you want down first. Once they are down, then you can concentrate on the trash buildings on the outside. So again, T-Crow coming in here, able to use that rage spell when the dragons are taking a little bit more damage. Try and push them through this area a little bit quicker. Once these archer towers start going down, we can then get to the final parts. Now, gets a little bit unlucky, we have to say, with the split. The dragons start to split up, and I would have personally sent that haste with the loons in from this area a little bit quicker, but the loons come in trying to help to tank for that dragon, and it still didn't matter. Honestly, this base was wrecked from the moment we started that kill squad. We still now have the balloons coming over to that final archer tower with the dragon, just chilling, trying to take out the king here. Hey, he's not bothered that he's getting hit by an archer tower. He's just going to sit and chill and let the balloons take it out. But there you go, guys. That is, for me, a very intuitive attack. Let me know what you think down in the comments. Again, massive shout out to North Awakens. I wish you the very best. It was great warring with them, and check out my Discord. We do have a couple of members there which can redirect you to their clan. That is going to wrap it up for this one. If you want to see another crazy attack, we actually featured a crazy pecker attack, and I have that linked right there now. Go ahead and watch it. But until next time, peace out, guys.